All right. Well, welcome back, everybody. It's been pretty cold out in the shop here. It's hard to get motivated to do anything. Besides that, I'm fighting the COVID. I got the dreaded COVID-19 going. Of course, the wife's got it. So far, the kids are good to go, but I haven't had too much energy to get out here and do anything the last couple of weeks. So anyway, put that aside. I've been trying to get this last bearing cap poured. This is the last thing I gotta get poured, and then I can start getting this bottom end buttoned up, scraped in. But this is my second attempt at pouring this cap here. The first time I didn't have enough heat in the cap, and it started to cool before it made it all the way to the end. So then I had a big void down here. The rest of it looked really good, so that was kind of a bummer. So I melted it all back out of there, set everything back up, started over again. This time my damming compound failed and I had a leak. So as I was pouring it in here, it was just running out and running everywhere. So that kind of was a miserable failure. Oh well, it is what it is. That's what happens when you're trying to do this kind of stuff by yourself. But I think I'm going to switch gears here, and I'm going to machine a slug to match this. This is like it's just under 4.5 inches, 4.464. So I think I'm going to machine a slug to fit in here, and then I'll support it in here somehow so I can set this up like this and then pour it. And maybe I'll plate it on both sides. I'm not sure. I'm still trying to come up with a plan for that. Of course, I don't have any round stock big enough. I started to cut out this. I had this old cylinder sleeve laying around. I was going to start machining this, but to get that down to the right measurement, I ain't going to have enough wall thickness left to... It's just going to be too thin. It ain't going to work. And the biggest piece I got laying around is a piece of 4-inch. So obviously that's not going to work. So I got a couple of my scrapping buddies. They're looking around, see if they can come up with something. Piece of 5-inch that I can machine down and make some kind of a form to pour this cap. I think I'm gonna have to go that route because it's so cold out here in the garage. Even though it's... Well, the thing up there says 60 degrees, but this crankshaft it's 31 degrees out here right now with that. And you start heating this up and it just creates all kinds of issues with moisture coming out of the metal and because of the temperature swings. And I'm just fighting the moisture, and by the time you get out here and get this place warmed up a little bit, this material, all the steel out in this garage is just too cold to pour anything. If this was a heated garage and I left the heat on out here for a couple of days, I could probably get away with it, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to switch gears a little bit. I'll make some kind of a plug to fill that, and then I'll pour it that way. And then, of course, I'll scrape it to match the crank after I'm done. But next project is I got some 2-inch by 8 foot by, I think those are 12-inch wide oak boards. And them are going to go between the engine and my beams right here. Because I want to raise this engine up a couple inches because I need a little bit more room over here where my exhaust comes out the bottom right here, and I need a little bit more room because I got to make a manifold and get something in there. So I'm going to slide them pieces of oak in. We'll start back here, and I'm just going to run them out to like right here somewhere. But so I got the wood, I got the steel. I need to make 6 1-inch threaded studs to go through these holes. So it's going to go through the engine, through the boards, through these beams I got on here, and sucker all together and tighten everything up. And I kind of wanted to do that before I get too much stuff bolted back on this thing and it just gets way too heavy. I guess I could put the flywheels on it and then jack up on the flywheels to lift this engine up off the bed here a little bit, but I don't know what I'm still trying to work this part out too. I need to pick this engine up a couple inches and get these boards slid under here. So anyway, I'm going to cut this piece of 1-inch round stock up into like 15 or 16 inch long pieces, and I'm going to thread each end 1-inch coarse thread. I got a 12-foot stick of it here, so we'll start doing that. We'll talk to you guys later. Alrighty, well, I got my blanks all cut out. I'm just getting some centers put in the end. Of course, that's kind of a pain because I still don't have a steady rest. And now I'm thinking either I need to go buy one or just build one or do something here because this is getting ridiculous. But anyway, I'm going to thread probably 2.5 inches here on each end of these. And that way I'll have a nut, put a lock nut or something on it, and screw them in. So we're making a little bit of progress. Very little, but we'll talk to you later. Alright, well, I think I already made this adjustment. We're just waiting for my dial to come around to the 1, and we're going to cut some threads. Doing 3 inches of thread here. This is 1-inch 8 national course. I got her in the back gear, so I got everything spinning kind of slow. Doing 10 thousandths pass. Things are moving kind of slow, so we're just taking our time. I think I'm going to do a little spring pass here to let her catch up a little bit. She's pulling a lot of material off of this little lathe. We'll do 5 thousandths pass. I think 10's pushing it a little bit for this cutter. Need some more oil in my can too. Yeah, I like 5,000. It's a little better. 10 is kind of pushing it for this little lane. You gotta kind of take your time with this thing. Alright, well, I think you guys got the gist of it. Just gonna keep cutting away here until we get her nut to fit on there. Then I'll flip it over and thread the other side. So, alright, talk to you later.